Do you remember that scene towards the end of I, Claudius, I think in episode 12, where Claudius says, "Let all the poisons that lurk in the mud hatch out." And then he appoints Nero to be his successor, knowing that Nero is a greedy, nasty individual. Well, Rory Stewart, I'm not suggesting Rory Stewart is Nero, by the way. Rory Stewart, who stood against Boris Johnson in the 2019 leadership campaign. Rory Stewart, who has no great love for Boris Johnson. I remember meeting Rory Stewart at the last election. Rory Stewart said that Johnson is dangerous, but that there are people who want him back. And it suggested that Johnson could be making a sort of Berlusconi or even an Imran Khan attempt to come back to power. And the Guardian today has a very interesting article by Aubrey Allegretti, and it suggests that Boris will be hovering around hoping for a populist return, assuming that Liz Truss will be useless. And the general opinion is that Liz Truss will be useless. Rory Stewart has said quite clearly that he thinks she's not going to be that good. Mr. Johnson, Mr. Johnson wants to emulate Churchill and have a second term in office, maybe after a little rest and recuperation. And I think I don't really care whether he comes back or not, frankly. That's my opinion. What I care about is what we've got in the meantime. And a Liz Truss premiership. I cannot see anything that's going to make that any different to all the poisons in the mud that Claudius talks about. It is never a good thing to wish for something bad in the hope that you will succeed and be something good. It would never be a good thing for the Labour Party to wish ill on the country in the hope that they can then take over. It's never a good thing for Boris to wish ill on the country in the hope that he can take over. This is wrong. It's morally wrong. It's nationally wrong. I think it comes very close to a sort of treason. And if that is anybody's idea, then they are living in some sort of fantasy world. And I, for one, I am extremely saddened and extremely anxious about the impending future.